What's up, people? Hope you guys are having a good time scrolling. I just wanted to speak on something that I posted the other day, the sovereign decree of the fall to grace. I'll probably do a voiceover of that and speak it, um, you know, in a video. That way it can reach more people. Now, I'm not the only person that's involved with with this movement. There is kind of a random and spontaneous blossoming of a movement happening all over the planet. But this also has a large group of people who are involved. Yes, I did write that decree, and it is what it's about is, um, you know, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to? Are you willing to be uncomfortable so that the children are no longer crying in the shadows? Are you willing to boycott massive systems that we have fed for over 100 years so that our people can all prosper? Are you willing to stop building walls called ideas and going to war with yourself so that people can feed their spirit and learn what it really means to be a human being? This isn't that what that's about isn't, about Spirit Forge or, the alchemy stuff that I'm doing. Yeah, alchemy is a super important aspect of that. But what's more important is that people no longer go through their day-to-day programs while children are starving and their parents are dying from, drug addiction, and they're caught in these cycles. The criminals and the drug addicts, they are not the cause of the destruction that we see. They are a symptom, right? The church is not going to. Going to church and these things, it's not going to save our people. The way that we're working, the things that we are doing now are not working. It's not working. You've got to stop feeding the beast. You got to stop feeding the monster that's eating your kids. And that means giving up some habits. That means giving up your TV, your fast foods, the franchises, boycotting Walmart. These things are destructive to your people. And it's okay until it hits your house, until it hits your kids or your husband or your wife. It's okay until it hits your bank. It's okay until, you lose your house and you're homeless and you're the one that's on the street. And the people that have built their empires off the backs of other people, they're afraid to let this go, obviously. But they are us and we are them. And you can't go throwing stones at them and beating them down and going to war with the government and going to war with people with guns and violence. And that doesn't change anything. It just perpetuates chaos and causes more division. The only way to experience real change in our community, in our people, is to drop all these false programs, all these freaking ideas, and these walls that we've built between each other. And then sacrifice. Drop the comfort. Drop the habits. Every system that gets built to help people gets monopolized and turned into something that someone is capitalizing on. Every time. And we can talk about capitalist society. I don't want to hear all that. What I want to see is the fruits of our labor, and weigh that and test that against the truth. And I guarantee you, love will win every time. Unconditional love will win every time. The Spirit will win every time. You feed the Spirit, if you go with the intention of feeding the Spirit and not your lower chakras, not your, lower state of mind, then great things will blossom. So I don't want to hear all the politics. I'm not here about that. I'm not about red and blue. I'm not about none of that. And if anybody in this movement or is involved with the movement of the sovereign flame that lives inside of you, which is, some would call it Christ, some would call it, God, but it lives inside of you and it animates and permeates throughout all creation. And it is a part of every one of you, even the ones that are unjust, even the ones who are perpetuating those cycles, even the ones who are sitting on their high horse on thrones and elected officials, and these people, the flame lives in them. And you're not going to kill the chaos and the cycles by killing them or jailing them or seeking vengeance. That's not how it works. And you're not going to have a graceful transition of society by being angry and hateful at your brothers and sisters. That being said, you should be angry at the fruits of our labor, and we should take responsibility as human beings. Every single one of us. I do. I take responsibility for my part in the starving kids. I take responsibility for my part in all the men and women who are in prison and in jail with, who are spiritually and mentally and physically suffering. I take responsibility for my part. Does that mean that I should be in prison? Does that mean that the elected officials should be in prison, or the corporate, corporate structure owners, CEOs? No. But to them, what we need to say is move. Step down. Go sit down with God. Go sit with the divine. Find your humanity. Sacrifice for the betterment of mankind. It's time. And it's got to be time. Had to end sometime. All right? So, sorry, I'm passionate about it. So the decree of, the sovereign decree of the fall to grace is about boycotting systems. It's about awareness. It's about lighting the flame of awareness where there are shadows, where our kids are walking the streets, being programmed to become provocative, to be programmed to be something that can be consumed instead of being creators, stupefying our children in education systems that just dumb them down instead of feeding their spirit, feeding the dreamer inside of them, the wanderer inside of them. All the other stuff that I'm doing has nothing to do with that. I don't want to say it has nothing to do with it, because the foundation of what I'm talking about, of a graceful transmission of society, could benefit from alchemy, could benefit from meditation and energy practices and healing practices and the knowledge of how the quantum mechanics of the earth and everything works, so that we can heal the water, heal the land, heal the air that we breathe, have healthy food systems. The idea that there is lack is a lie. The idea that it can't be done is a lie. It's a lie. And it's shattered. That lie is shattered. It no longer stands. And the ones who sit on these high horses, the ones who perpetuate a medical practice that capitalizes on the sick and enslaves them, it's about greed. And greed has no rightful throne. There is no place for the greedy to be powerful. There is no place for ego in real business. If our people don't embrace that, and if our people don't boycott these things, then these systems are just going to keep destroying us. And then we're going to look at, 50 years from now, the genetics of mankind is going to be so screwed up, we're just zombified, being siphoned like freaking product. And we're already there. We're already there. So, and all of you who are afraid to put down the Twinkies, afraid to put down the dope, afraid to put down the TV, look, there is something better. It's better on the other side of that fasting. It's amazing. And it really doesn't take long. 30 days and you're going to feel great. 30 days. And you're going to feel like a new human being with a new mind, a new spirit, and you're going to be creative, and you're going to build, and you're going to become a productive member of humanity like you've never seen before. So, I didn't mean for this video to get all like that, but because I just wanted to say, I posted that, it got a few views, but just know that I'm not the only one who's putting it out there. It's all over the planet. And it's something that is happening all over the planet, not just in this movement specifically. It's a natural blossoming in consciousness. People are becoming aware. Now, there are systems that are resisting that awareness naturally for their survival. Again, we don't destroy them by loading magazines or unloading magazines. We destroy that system and those programs by starving it. Much love.